In this clip, we are going to create and position cameras to render the shot. In the previous clip, we finished the lighting. We are now ready to position the cameras. If you want to follow along, you can open the file m4_02 in the scenes directory. Now, let's go to the Create menu, then Cameras, and click on Camera. I will for now close the render window as I don't really need it to lay out the shot frame. So I can see that I have a new camera in my outliner, but right now I'm not viewing through it. To do that, I will go into the Panels menu on the top of my viewer, and under the Perspective tab, I will select Camera 1. Now, as I'm moving around, I am now looking through the Camera 1 and adjusting its position. Next, I will go to the View menu of my Viewers panel, and under Camera Settings, I will choose Resolution Gate. It draws a kind of area of what will be included in the render. This area is defined of course by the camera's attribute in there, but as well by the rendering resolution set in the render settings. You can see here 960 by 540. To make sure we are using the same settings, let's go quickly check in the render settings. Come here and select the rendering menu, and then under the render menu up there, select render settings. Under the command tab here at the bottom, you have the image size section, and you can select many presets here. Let's use HD 540. You could as well manually enter the dimensions here. We are not done with the render settings, but we will see that a little bit later in the module. For now, just click on Close. Okay, let's say that this camera 1 will be the wide shot, shooting from the top the entire scene. Something like that. Now let's create a camera movement. Let's go to frame 1 and I will hit Ctrl A to access the channel box with the position attributes. I will click on that icon up there to select the current camera. In my case, my camera 1 was already selected, but if you have any doubts before keyframing the camera or trying to modify its attributes, just click on that small icon up there. I will select all the translate attributes and rotate attributes and do a right click and select key selected. Now I'll go frame 110 and I will move my camera in a little bit and rotate it a teeny bit. Select the same attributes in the channel box and do a right click and click on key selected. I can play it and see my subtle camera move as the shot is going on. So I'm happy with my first camera. Let's create another one now. I will go again to the Create menu and Camera. Then we will do the same for this one. Click on Panels, Perspective, and then Camera 2. Now go to View, Camera Settings, and Resolution Gate. Let's position this camera in the middle of the text as a close-up, and we are going to kind of look at the gramophones. We are going to go to frame 110 and click on this icon here to make sure we have camera 2 selected, and we will key again the translate and rotate attributes. If you are not happy with the last key you created, you can move over your shot a little bit and then go again, do a right click and click on key selected to replace the current keyframe. I really want to have some letters on the front to separate the elements and create some distance in the shot. This will help with the scale, and during the compositing we will be able to add defocus to create a nice depth of field. Now let's go frame 1, and okay, it's not super easy because no one of the objects are here. But let's imagine they are, and you can imagine a little bit their position thanks to the mirror planes of the mesh network here. I will rotate and move the camera a little bit to create a small pan and dolly effect. Select the attributes again and click on Key Selected. Let's play it to see how it looks like. Yeah, it's alright. I like the framing of the gramophone and the movement of the letters on the front ground. Okay, let's create the last camera. We'll do the same process again. Go to the Create menu and then Camera. Then Panels, Perspective, and select Camera 3. Go to View, Camera Settings, and Resolution Gate. Now, I'd like this camera to shoot a close-up of the floral shape. If you want, you can come in the Attributes editor of the camera and change the focal length. Let's use here 50mm. I will frame my shot pretty close from the object here because I just want to have the construction happening here. It doesn't matter to see the final shape. Let's try here for instance. I'll scroll through my timeline to see how it looks like. And it's alright, but let's start even closer and then we will follow the progression with the camera as the shape appears. So I'll create a frame around here. With Ctrl A, I'll access my channel box and keyframe these attributes. Now, around frame 49, let's push in a bit. I'll create another keyframe here. Now, because I want my camera movement to start before the creation of all this, I will go frame 40, push in a teeny bit more and create another keyframe. And to make sure the movement is now smooth, I will select my in-between keyframe and delete it. I'm doing a right click and delete. And voila, my third shot is set. So you could really keep going and add camera angles as you want. Seriously, there is a lot going on in this scene, and there are a ton of great shots to do. You are free to do as you like. For this course, I will stick with these cameras. It should be enough. Alright, in the next clip we are going to play blast these shots and adjust them if we need to. See you there.